Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name is Andy, Corporate Commander TFW, and I'm joined here by the hung skeleton himself. It's Mikey G. Wolf V3. Hello, Mikey.
Seems to be a bit of a contradiction in terms there.
Well, which part?
Like, if you're a skeleton, you have nothing to hang.
You can still be hung by your neck.
True, but like,
I'm not
weirdly
saying
enough,
you have a massive skeleton penis.
I saw something similar to that today in complete coincidence.
What, a skeleton penis?
Something being hung by its neck that should not be hung.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to ask, were you watching like Project Melody stream or something? Because that would be the place for that kind of thing. I don't know about a.
I'm assuming she'd only do
skeleton.
like something like that on Halloween.
I think you're underestimating Project Melody, Mikey.
She seems lovely.
She does.
She
always
also
like
seems
seeing...
completely insane.
Yes, I always like watching YouTube videos with her in just talking about random things because you're like, wow, this is fascinating.
She's
fascinating.
quite bright.
And yet not at the same time.
Well, no, most truly intelligent people are idiots.
Oh my
my
god!
experience.
Oh my god! Are you talking from experience?
Who knows?
Well, hopefully you would know, but never mind. We're here today to talk about Transformers and whatnot because that's what we do. We had our Hasbro Pulse Fan Fest, which could be classed as an orgy, depending on who you asked, where Hasbro showed off a load of new products for a load of different lines. I was going to do a live stream on it, however, it was taking place while I was working, so it kind of wasn't in the best time that I could stream. And the only time I could have streamed was after the Transformer part had finished completely. I was like, oh, well, I won't bother. And while I was watching it, I don't know about you, but I was kind of underwhelmed by a lot of stuff. But we'll get into it.
Yeah, well, I watched, because someone was actually streaming the Hasbro Premium Pulse show.
All right, okay.
Which really shows you how well Hasbro is protecting their, like, hey, make sure you pay for your membership so you can see these wonderful shows we're putting on.
That was the Friday show, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But
no,
Thursday
it was an experience, shall we say.
I'll ask you about that later, I suppose, because we've got a Hasbro. I've got some comments about the actual stream itself, so we'll rock on with that later. We're going to kick off today with third-party news, as per usual. That's what we do. With DNA Designs, they're doing the DK22 Gear Master Accessory Series upgrade kit for the Studio Series Dark of the Moon Wreckers. You know them, you love them. It's Roadbuster, Topspin, and Leadfoot. So if you've got those three, these are specific upgrades for them. So this set, as it seems to be all in one go. So for Roadbuster, he gets a handgun, arm fillers, arm fillers, extra cannons, and a buzzsaw. Topspin gets a hard plastic piece to straight the roof cannons. Straight the roof cannons. I did read that right, didn't I?
Straight to roof cannons.
Okay, yep. I was making sure that was me being dumb. It could easily happen. Also an articulated claw. Feet pieces. Make the robot look taller. That's in brackets, by the by. And for Leadfoot, he gets a roof cannon, extra guns, leg fillers, and steel jaw with chain. So actually, quite a big set. No number on price or anything like that, but it is July of this year, so it's not too far off. I guess we should start off with the least impressive one, which is probably Roadbuster, the green one.
The green one.
Yeah. What do you think? Yeah. I mean, am I right? what do you think of Roadbuster and his upgrades?
To be honest, I never remember these guys. Yeah. That's certainly an arm piece.
Yeah, it fills in a hole.
I don't know if this is toy accurate or model accurate or whatever, but I think it should have been green.
What, the arm filler piece?
Yeah.
I don't know. See, because it's a Michael Bay movie design, I think that's probably about right. And if you look at the torso, it's got grey there, so I could imagine there'd be bits of grey shunted around the arms as well.
I just think it would look better green.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. Listen. It's a square thing in a hole.
At least it's not a round thing in a square hole. The defy all science things. What do you think of its handgun and its buzzsaw?
Underwhelming.
All right, I like buzzsaws.
I mean, I like saws. They're great.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
don't... That's not a remarkable one.
No, I would agree. I'd say the next one probably to talk about is Leadfoot, the little porky boy himself, with his leg full of pieces, his back cannons, which...
Back cannon.
Back cannon. Does nothing for me because you can't see it most
Yeah.
of the time. For vehicle mode, okay, cool, nice. Robot mode doesn't really mean anything. Steel Jaw on a chain's kind of cute, though.
Yeah, no, the dog's cute.
Yeah. I don't even remember Steel Jaw. Was he?
He wasn't. No, he was a concept idea. He was in the toy. He had a few toys, but he never made it to the movies.
Ah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, I think Steeljaw is a bit that makes it stand out.
Yes, because he's got a really nice chain linked collar or chain.
I
collar.
think Leadfoot's shape really I would not find my eyes drawn to those gaps. I never did whenever I saw pictures of this figure.
No.
Because he's so squat and chunky and everything else. And like you said, the gun is fairly unremarkable unless you keep it in vehicle mode.
Mm-hmm. I guess it's necessary for the vehicle mode to complete the look, though. I guess.
I don't remember, to be honest. I don't remember anything about the Wreckers.
This is why I'm simply guessing, because like you, I have no idea. Very unremarkable. Do you remember the hype? Do you remember the news stories of the hype when they were talking about the Wreckers back in the day?
Oh,
35
yeah,
years
because
ago.
that was what? We started hearing about these Wreckers not long, I think, after Last Stand started.
Yeah, it would have been something like. This is a guess.
2010?
Yeah, 2010, 2011, something around there. So
Also,
yeah,
Nick
that's
Roach,
a
you're
long
old.
time. I'm sure he knows. As he grows big.
His children know. Why shouldn't he?
That's true. That's also true. For me, for Leadfoot, I think the gap fillers are nice, especially with how big of the gaps they are filling in the back of his foot. The thigh ones, okay, that's yeah. The most remarkable, like you said, Steeljaw with the chain. That's a good look. I think I kind of wish
Steeljaw did more because he looks like a static piece.
He does. Yeah,
some simple forward back motion in the legs would have been nice.
I guess. I think
it makes that action shot there. It makes that action shot they're doing look really weird.
Oh, where he's just kind of slight. Yeah, it looks like he's meant to be pulling them along, but
yeah, and it's just like it feels like just Leadfoot's had a horrible accent, and Steeljaw doesn't care.
No, well, I suppose that might be up for the character if there was one. No, I can see where you're coming from, but I guess if they did that, the price would again rocket up higher because it would be separate parts at that point. So, but yeah, no, like you say, the extra articulation maybe would have been nice. I think the most significant upgrade is the one to, oh god, what's his name? Topspin. Because the before the kit and after the kit. I think are very different from each other. The leg extenders actually really help this figure quite a lot.
Yeah,
I
never
realize
realized
how fucking squat he was and
armed. I was just about to say, it never hit me just how weird his proportions were.
And they're really bad.
And he looks 10 times better with the leg extensions. Even if it's I suspect it only kind of really looks good from the front on, because I suspect there's a bit of a gap at the side.
Possibly.
Yeah, possibly. If you look at what the comparison picture, there's quite a gap at the side of his feet.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, from front on, it looks way better.
I think just adding the extra height, even if there is a bit of a gap around the foot, I think just having that extra height really does change things. Also, getting rid of what I would imagine because this is only a guess. I imagine the kind of bendy grey plastic guns and claws much better.
Again, didn't realize this was an ongoing issue for him.
No.
Had no idea.
We probably should have suspected, though, because there's a lot of these kind of guns, at least with Transformers over the past, let's see, 2 or 3 years, where they have a gun, but it's a long-barreled one, so the plastic's kind of pliable and doesn't always hold its shape as well.
But I like how they give you the new gun and then they give you a holding frame. So you can leave the old guns on the back, but then they'll straighten out because they're being held in the frame.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, really.
And the claw is a little underwhelming, but I think that's just the design.
Oh, yeah, I mean, The claws open up in the clothes, at least, so there's a bit of movement there. Movement that's not in the dog, as you mentioned. But, they're in the claws, so that's something, I suppose. And overall, I think this feels like, because of the leg extenders that do significantly change the silhouette of Topspin, this makes it a bit more of an interesting upgrade kit than previous ones that we've talked about in the past. Still, it's meant to just be an upgrade kit. It is upgrading the figures. To what degree? It's obviously up to you, how you determine how impressive or superfluous, I suppose, the upgrade actually is. I'd say this one feels like it's probably doing a little bit more than just filling in thighs. What about you? Do you think it's a little bit better than the previous ones?
I think it just changes the look of the figure, really, and in a better way.
Yeah.
And like it replaced the broken accessory. Which those guns obviously are. I mean, it doesn't make me like the figure more, I'll be honest. I just think if I had the figure, I'd be happier with it. Like that, I had no idea he looked so stumpy.
No, me neither. No, I wonder if all Topspins have kind of suffered from that in the past. It could be the case, but
I don't know if that's the design. I mean, is he like a gorilla armed weirdo? But
this is like a normie coming onto the show and being like, "Is that Optimus Prime any different from the other G1 Optimus Primes we've seen?" And then you and I could say, "Well, technically yes, but not really." I mean, he's slightly different proportions, but it's still G1 Optimus Prime, and they'd roll their eyes and they'd go back to talking about football, and then we kick them off the show, obviously. So, yeah, like I said, no idea on the price, but July, if you're interested in this. If you have the Studio Series, guys, maybe get them. Maybe get this one. I'd like, if you were going to ask me, what do you think is, are you going to put your name behind it? I go, probably not, but I'd be more willing to do it for this set than I would be for other sets that we'd seen in the pasto. What did you send me a link to? Is this porn again?
Yes.
Oh my god. This horrific, like, paleo porn. Oh, Studio Series slag. Oh, okay, yeah, we should definitely talk about this. I'll put this in the... we won't talk about this now. We'll talk about this near the end.
You better try and make that sound a bit more professional, because now everyone thinks we're, like, ridiculously unskilled.
10 years of podcasting or more. I think they've kind of got the grips of that already.
They know we're ridiculously unskilled.
They know. They're aware. We can't fool them. Mikey. Mikey, do you want to take us on to the next bit of news?
Yeah. So X-Transbox have released images of 19 Le Poupée. The Quintesson Prosecutor. So
they're being fancy and not spelling purple correctly.
So this is a G1 accurate version of the Prosecutor, the guy that Slag squished. So this will come with a remote. We'll say phrases from the movie and the series. Will hopefully not explode because
to do that.
No, God no. But
okay.
But it hopefully won't explode because you won't use rechargeable batteries in it.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Bendable tentacles. Ooh, for her pleasure.
Ladies. Yes. Or his. Or
theirs. Anyone's,
yes,
really.
Anyone's.
Glowing energy beam, glowing eyes, and an alternate face, which I don't know what that's from.
That's a background one. I'm like 30% sure. Only 30 though. 30%.
Yeah, so it looks like I thought originally the mount might be articulated, but it doesn't look like it is.
It should be.
Yeah, I was thinking that. So this is still just a render, but it's just showing the color layout and everything else. I think he looks fun. I see they're going down the add a lot of expensive elements to bump up the price. But, this is from X-Transbox, who did Dr. Egg, who is the exploding Quintesson. So again, just make sure you're using the right batteries with him, guys, please.
Or don't, if you want a fun time.
No. Or so he I think it's if you were into that Quintesson, I think this is exactly what you're looking for in life.
In life, wow.
In life. I think if that Quintesson spoke nothing to you, kind of like me. Like, this is probably like an unexciting reveal, but like people do love them Quintesson related things.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts, Andrew?
Yeah, I think it's nice. I've always liked this design. I think it was the better of the Quintesson kind of superfluous dudes. Not the one in the back. I never liked his face. He wasn't my friend. I wouldn't take him out to the pub, shall we say. I like the front one more. As we said, I think having the movable mouth, even though it's a really minor thing, I think that would have been nice. I don't like the fact that it comes with a fucking remote. That's weird. That's weird. That sounds like a dirty way to bump up the price. Saying the phrases like that's like going, come on, you want to sue us, please sue us.
Maybe it's just them.
What do you mean? It's just them. It's just the people who work at X Transbots.
Yeah,
just saying the lines from the movie.
Yeah, execute them
with no echo or like a robot effect over the top.
Yeah, Sharktacons execute them or whatever the feck he said.
There you go. That's the sound clip. Just get Mikey.
There we go.
The Irish sound clip of the Irish one.
The Irish Quintessons, the deadliest Quintessons. they bring Pachin and justice.
Oh my god, that's horrifying. Horrifying. I'm not sure how I feel about the bendable tentacle arms because pliable kind of it'll be on a metal wire. So how sturdy is that wire? How sturdy is the plastic around said wire? How long will that stuff last? You know, these things are something to consider and think about at the very least. But hey, it might look better in reality when a real one comes out rather than, like you said, these prototype images. Price of release date, Mikey?
I do not believe so.
Oh.
No.
Oh my god. Oh, someone put in the comments, if Dr. Egg was $100, which is a fair price to me, that's in brackets. I'm not sure I would agree with that.
Dr. Egg did more than this.
That's true. Did he? Well, did he have a remote?
Yes.
Did he have phrases?
Yes, but he also
did he?
moved.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
And he turned on lights. I believe he had phrases. But again, I'm not counting the phrases because you are not hiring a voice actor for that. You are
But that is putting on a chip, though.
Yeah, that's...
And a sound, and there'll be a microphone. Well, not a microphone, a speaker. So there'll be a chip in there with the programmed phrases, and there'll be a sound thing. It's not good. Yeah. I'd rather not, but that'll be a big bumper of the price. This guy should really be at Minibot pricing at 80 tops, says a person who I won't name.
Minibot.
Oh, okay.
Minibot?
Yeah. No. Minibot is the pricing apparently of $80. I think the
X Transbots.
The X Transbots previous Minibot figures that they've done, I guess, are around $80.
Okay.
I have no idea. Keeping track of X Transbots and all third-party things is difficult. You know,
I want to live.
No, exactly. Yeah, no way. But this is just a guess from people on the boards, so who knows, right? All right, shall I take us on, Mikey?
Yes.
All right, Mikey. Magic Square. They do legend scale things, and there's a new legend scale thing coming. It's the MS-BB33 Deadly. I have no idea why they called it Deadly.
Really? I didn't notice that until you said it.
What, the name?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense, does it?
Deadly. Really?
Deadly.
Really?
I mean, if you called him, like...
harmless.
That works. If you wanted to
even
go
the eye patch version.
No, that's the thing. I guess that's where they got it from. If you wanted to give him an obscure-ish name, you could call him Rust. Or Rust Preventer.
Overrated. Useless. Bad science.
Oh, Jesus. Wow. What do you mean bad science?
He does bad science.
Are you fucking Brawn? Jesus, Mikey.
Brawn was right.
He should have been bullied. Brawn was right.
Braun was right. I'm sorry. He had a point.
Bully Preceptor. Bully him.
Bully.
My God, Mikey's a pro bono of bullying. Oh my God, horrifying.
Preceptor's not people.
Need to cancel you. But yeah, they're doing a legend scaled G1 Preceptor because of course it's G1, and the thing is to do legend scale. It's either legend scale or it's masterpiece, as we've joked about before. But it's not really a joke because it's true. So we see Preceptor. He can turn into a Microscopo. He has his tank treads from his G1 Microman mode. It doesn't look like he actually has the full Microman weird tank mode, though, does it?
Not so much. It's basically just a microscope on wheels.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that it can't turn into the weird microscope cannon thing that the original toy could do, but That's the thing. Why is there a picture of all of the rest of the Magic Square like Autobots just standing around a very static like Perceptor that's fallen over?
They killed him?
But why is he like perfectly straight? It's like he's gone into rigor mortis, like robot rigor mortis.
I don't know. Maybe it's something. I don't know. I don't know what that's referencing.
No, I don't think it's a thing from the cartoon. Like, it would make sense if it was Optimus Prime, and then I'd be like, oh, it's the wrong scene from the movie.
Maybe that's it. They had the wrong toy standing.
But they have the right toy. They have Optimus Prime right there. It'd be like saying, who
Perceptor.
Who died in our favourite Transformers movie scene? Was it Perceptor? Yeah, it was probably Perceptor. They wouldn't be stupid enough to kill our Prime.
Optimus like grabbed him just before Megatron slashed him and held him in front of him. Oh no, he threw himself in front of me.
No, I like the idea that like Megatron grabs Hot Rod and then Prime grabs Perceptor.
What you gonna do? I'll do it. I'll fucking do it, Megatron. I'm fucking crazy.
Megatron's just like, please, not Perceptor. He's the only one of you I can tolerate. I love him like a child. I love you from Megatron.
Prime's got like full like crazy when he's doing this. He just grabbed the first person nearby, and Megatron's really fucking confused.
He had like the space version of the bends because they came in so fast from space. It only affects Transformers though.
You're not season 3. You can die.
I've no idea. It's very, like I say, very strange.
Oh god,
very odd production like pose. Doesn't even show off the articulation of him. He's like I say, he's completely stiff. What?
I've genuinely just changed every scene in the movie with Prime to involve Perceptor in my head.
Oh
like
god!
When he's driving, like after he transforms, he's basically just tied Perceptor to the front of him like a human shield. He's like.
So when Ramjets kind of look at him going, oh god, it's just Perceptor screaming.
Like, instead of a grill, it's just Perceptor's screaming face.
One shall stand, one shall fall. Please let me fall, Prime. Please.
Let me down.
Oh god. Poor
Why throw your life away so recklessly? I'm not. He won't let me go.
I just want a second chance at life. I'll do better science, Prime, I promise.
Just like, I was hanging out with Blaster. We were having a lovely time.
Ah, man. What a time for poor Perceptor.
There.
He does come with his blaster. He seems to come with one face. No other accessories as far as I can tell. Fairly posable.
Deadly.
He can do some hero groin thrusting, which everyone likes to do if it's got that ab articulation.
I do it all the time.
Throw the groin out. What's that?
I do it all the time.
Yeah, well, no, I don't. Don't want to throw my back out. I'm too old for that. Mikey, what do you think of this version of Perceptor? Apart from you hate him as a person, character, robot thing.
It looks good, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Looks articulated.
Yeah. Is it fair to say unremarkable because it is just Perceptor?
Yes, it is just Perceptor, but I think it's good for the scale and stuff, and it's not an easy one to do.
No, that's true. He seems to be fairly successful for what he's doing.
I mean, he doesn't look dramatic, shall we say.
I mean, it's Perceptor, isn't it? So it's, like you said, it's hard to make him.
Maybe that's why they did that picture. They were just like, well, it's Perceptor.
It's Perceptor through and through, not dramatic, not interesting. There you go, that'll do. I can't remember what the accessory count on these things is. Like, probably not very high, is what I'm guessing.
Well, it doesn't look like it's going to be.
No, I was just trying to think of the previous releases, and I couldn't. I don't think they really got into the grime of it, did they?
I think Prime came with a trailer.
Oh god, yeah, of course he fucking
did. We've gotten so bitter about that.
To be fair, I've kind of been bitter about the trailer for a good long time. The last time when was the last time they made the trailer worthwhile? Galaxy Force, probably.
Oh god.
No, not Super Link, because only bits of the trailer were useful. Armada as well. They had it useful there. Was there anything after Galaxy Force or Cybertron where the trailer was useful? I don't think so.
Well, after that, like either they didn't have a trailer or they had Animated had a trailer in the show.
Yes,
but then they basically just folded the axe over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it kind of vanished in the show as well when he transformed. It's gone. So yeah,
it looked nothing like his axe.
No, No, nothing at all. So I think I'm fairly confident in saying Galaxy Force was the last time they integrated the trailer for Optimus Prime in a useful way. I'm fairly pleased with saying that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe someone will send us a message letting us know. Mikey, I want you to tell me about stories. I want first of all, before we get into the story, right?
Yeah.
Are the pages in order on TFW? Oh, for fuck's sake! Come on now.
See where it says Comics Final 1?
The first image.
Yeah. Comics Final 2.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Down further somewhere. Yes. I had it here a second ago.
Yeah, it's after page 19. It goes 19 to 20. Yeah.
I would recommend, if you want to see it in order, to click the Picard Tomy link.
Right.
And just read the PDF.
Every fucking time this is happening on TFW now. Every fucking time.
Yep. So
it's because they've got it ordered. So if it's that really dumb way of like ordering your images into 1, 2. Oh, so you mean like 11, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 2? No, 1, 2, 3. Someone forgot how to fucking count. Sorry, go ahead, Mikey. Bullshit. Fucking stupid.
So yes, that's why you use 0, 1.
That's true. Yeah, that helps. Yeah.
0, 1. So, like, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of yet another run of Sakamoto Comics. We have the finale of the Generation Select special web manga that has been going on for the last year or so. And it's an interesting one. For one thing, it has many, many artists.
Yeah.
Including Sakamoto, obviously. But Alex Mill, Nick Roach, Shoji Amaki, Rikurai, Sunataka, Lebanon Tsuji, Ryo Nishi, Tai Koshi, like lots of artists who've done various things. Lots of colorists as well, including Josh Perez. And someone called Zoner, who has done some cover work before.
Okay. Is that the full name, Mr. Zoner?
Zoner. Okay. Which reminded me of a very common thing in the early days of the internet, but we won't talk about that. And I spotted this, and I had to do a bit of a double check. Edited by a Japanese editor I'm not familiar with, Antorio O'Regan.
Right. Why is that significant?
Because we know her.
Do we? Like, personally?
Yes. Quite well.
Really? Oh.
You remember Tori?
Oh, it's Tori.
Tori. It is Tori.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that was surprising. Tori, for anyone who doesn't know, is somebody who does a lot of TF Nation stuff. So, I'm working off a different translation than normal.
Oh, Google Translation.
Not quite so bad. So I don't have a 2-screen setup at the moment, so I can't actually look at the comic and read the translation at the same time. But because I'm just opening something here. So I'm going to close you. So I'm going to give a rundown. It's going to be a bit overview-y because, like I said, I'm working off some odds from different stuff. But this left me very happy.
Okay.
And full of the schmiles.
Wow.
So it opens with a flashback to like we learned last time. There's the modern G1 story takes place in a new universe created by Primacron. So this opens up with Primus waking up in the new universe for the first time. Primacron is there, and this is when he was just the Oracle, and a big monkey. And yeah, so he is transferred into the Matrix, and it turns out the Matrix is powered by good Anglemois energy. Okay. So what he did was he shoved it into the monkey robot, and he used that to create Unicron, which is made out of bad Anglemois energy, right? Primacron is really enjoying the fact he turned him into a monkey, and then he brings Unicron to life using the Matrix, and unfortunately Unicron ain't going to play your game. But also before then, he like creates Planet Lithone and the Junkions using the Matrix. Anyway, Unicron wakes up, goes berserk, and the Oracle is lost, and he floats away, and he's like, "Oh, cool! I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to find a nice planet." The Matrix floats away. I'm gonna find a planet where I can turn it into something green and lush and wonderful, and then the Quintessons find him.
Oh.
and they kidnap him. And they say, what we're going to do is use this power source, because they think it's just a power source, to build Vector Sigma, put it in Vector Sigma, and then we'll use it to make a planet full of robots.
As you do.
As you do. And then we have Primus, like, watching over things as the Quintessons are defeated. The war breaks out. And, you know, we have the burst of Stunticons. We have Galvatron and Sound Blaster. And all of this is building to the day in Headmasters where the planet exploded. And Primus was freed on that day.
Oh.
Yeah. So we then flash back into the end of the old universe, where Primus is now kind of about to be shot in the face by the Neo Primus, which is the blue planet reborn as Primus, the Cybertron Primus toy.
Rather than Primus currently, which is the golden Rodimus convoy.
Yes. So Neo Primus shoots him, destroys his outer shell, and it's revealed that inside was a green robot who is more accurately called Oracle. And I'm going to be calling him Oracle while he's around. So anyway, and Star Convoy's like, shit. And they're going to use Primercon's inside Neo Primus, and he's saying, I'm going to use the energy of Oracle to take over the build my new universe and be evil, right? Okay. So, but before this happens, the Primal Vanguard reappears, because it turns out that they're still alive, they're still going. The Green Optimus, the Black Lio Convoy one, and the rest are all there. And then Sentinel Prime shows up, because it turned out a Red Convoy, whatever it was, Burning Red Convoy, who tells Oracle that he's here because, hey, your job is to defeat evil Anglemore Energy. Maybe you should get on that, buddy. And he basically steals a Hardhead body. So he found a new body for himself, which is a red hardhead.
Yeah, red hardhead with yellow flamey styled hands for some reason.
Yes, for chop chop. But as he's talking, a popsicle stick floats by, and boom, Wicked Convoy's back in a new body, the Earthrise body, and he's like, "Yep, I had a spare backup body just in case some dickhead killed me." Nice. And it also turns out he was playing a fast one this whole time. He was actually on their side the whole time. He was just like, his plan was to turn on Megatron Omega when he had a chance. And obviously he got blown up before he had that chance.
That's so sad. That's a really bad plan.
And he's like mocking Oracle a bit, but he's like, listen, you're all mad at me, and I kind of get it, but on the other hand, like, dude, get your shit together. Mm-hmm. Megatron Omega is like, ye all think you can kill me doing this. I won't die. I will be forever. He grabs Starscream by the back of the head, Gold Starscream, and starts absorbing his golden power, and is reborn as Gold Megatron.
Masterpiece 3, that one, for some reason.
Yes, he is Masterpiece 3 Megatron in gold, because there is a
the
gold...
one with the really skinny legs.
There's a Golden Lagoon repaint of that.
Clearly the Alex Milne drawing as well. I'm going to throw that
out. And now he is like incredibly powerful. He has access to the Silver Matrix, and he uses it to summon his own Primal Vanguard. Except this is the Megatron, Megatron 7 Lights or something like that, which is, let's see who's here, Alternity Megatron? Or
which
is that Alternity? That? The purple one.
Oh, yeah. You're probably right, actually.
We've got red, which is T-Rex. We've got yellow, which is the Bludgeon repaint from G2 Universe.
Yeah, or the RID line, if you want to go that way as well.
We've got blue, which is Reverse Convoy, Rebirth Megatron. We've got white, which is the Generation 2 Original Generation Select repaint of Siege Megatron.
Yep, if you remember that one.
We've got black, which is the Shadow Blade animated Megatron. Mm-hmm. And finally, we have green, which is a repurposing of Go Ratchet, the Hunter Ratchet figure, who was released as a Decepticon over there.
From Transformers Prime.
Yes.
Again, people remember that.
Who, for some reason, is a series of Dinobot 2 references done in a Ratchet.
Is he a Megatron, though?
No, but there is a reason for this.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
And I will tell you why he is now a Megatron.
Okay, cool.
But I will not tell you that right now.
Okay.
But yeah, for anyone who doesn't remember, this toy is like a ton of Dinobot 2 references for some strange reason. No one's ever figured out why. Anyway, the Megatrons pick up... Yeah, like this was an American toy.
Oh, then I've
just
got no answer.
Yeah, so they just repainted it in green over there. But anyway, Gold Megatron now tells him that it's time to attack. And the fight breaks out. The two purples go up against it, and while this fight is breaking out, and Oracle asks Mutant Soundwave, who's one of the Golden Age, to free Optimus, Freestar Convoy, and he frees him and combines him with Oracle to create Gold Primus Convoy, which is the Nick Roach one, who everyone is bowing to. Anyway, the two golds go at each other now. Meanwhile, Primacron has another copy of the Silver Matrix, and he is being attacked by Volcanicus with a really big sword, but taking on an entire planet does get him shot in the chest. But Hunger, who is trying to eat all the Anglemore energy he can, grabs the sword, powers up the sword, throws it to Volcanicus, who then uses it to split the Primacron's cockpit in half and force the planet to turn back into the blue planet. And then Turtler, Hunger, a bunch of animal people.
I was gonna say who the girls.
They were in something before. I'm trying to remember, but I don't.
They look like VTubers.
Yes, they do. Oddly enough,
yeah.
Like one
They're
of
not, but
no, I would be surprised. I'm just trying to remember. Like, were they in this?
I will 100% give someone credit. If you see the one in blue with the hands up in the air, we paint that into Mio.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking the one with the antlers is that Moose. The
Haruka.
Haruka.
Yeah.
But I will double check them at some point, but I don't know, because it's not Beast Planet, because they look too human. They're like animal. Yeah. Someone tell me what that is. Anyway, Hunger's coming down to say, like, I'm amazing. He gets shot in the back.
No.
Black and red Megatrons are there, and it's just like, no! And then Turtler goes like, well, time to back it up, and we get Scramble 7, who is from the Master Force comic, which is Turtler combined with Combaticons, Terracons, and having one of his drones as a gun. Mm-hmm. And he picks a fight with the two Megatrons who are overpowered. Celia wakes up. The cat I recognize, because she was one of the gun weapons. She is a battle beast. So I'm assuming those ones are battle beasts then.
I guess
just oddly human looking ones.
Yeah.
Celia wakes up and she's like, "Oh, I'm alive!" And it turns out that the Turtler's drones think she's hot.
Which is fair enough because they're tentacles and she's a squid as well, so fair enough.
Yep. Lobhammer is freed from the Golden Starscream's control, and he now forms a proper part of God Neptune, who joins up with Scramble 7, and it's like, hey buddy, you betrayed me there. I love you. And they team up for a big twofer. Meanwhile, the Silver Matrix is grabbed by Blue Megatron, a Rebirth Megatron, a reverse convoy, with the Strax brothers are like, oh my god, you're not dead, because he was really important and supposed to be dead, but then it's Megatron and he shoots him, and then he throws the Matrix to Gold Megatron. This is getting confusing. And he fuses the two Matrixes into one on Golden Matrix, and his plan is basically like, I'm going to remake the universe however that I see fit. And then we jump forward in time into the current day, where Megatron Omega is on a rampage. Autobot Spike and Optimus are, watching and like, holy shit. And then Optimus sees a familiar figure from the Robot Master days.
Wow.
Which is Lio Convoy. And he says, like, I am going to be something heroic. I'm going to use the power of Anglemore energy to save the day. And you select people, you selectors, you will help me. And Rung, weirdly militant Rung, is willing to help. And we finally have a use for Spoiler Box Rung.
Which one was that?
The purple one.
Oh, that was a thing.
Yeah, that is in the Spoiler Box at Ultra Magnus.
I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, so Lio Convoy turns into Green Lio Convoy, which is again in the cartoon actually, and he uses a super-powered Lio Typhoon to blast Megatron Omega, but then he grabs the spark because he says like, right, your job's not done. Someone needs to stop you in the past, and it's your job. It's your responsibility to end this fight. And he shoots Megatron Omega's spark into the past, and Optimus is like, go for it, and blah, blah, blah. And then it pops out, it hits Green Megatron. Green Megatron's eye starts blazing. And the return of Mayor Megatron in a new body. Mayor Megatron, he throws on a cape. He's like, I've had enough of your bullshit. And I am so happy. Mayor Megatron lives, and
he's being presumed himself, technically, isn't he?
Yeah. He's sort of possessing an alternate reality version of himself as well.
It's so confusing.
Yeah, but the important thing is Mayor Megatron's alive.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and he picks a fight with Gold Megatron, and he calls in Primus Convoy to do some damage. He gets badly damaged by one of the other Megatrons. He's turned back into Star Convoy. He grabs his own star and stabs Gold Megatron in the chest with it. So hard he turns into Galvatron. He knocked him back through like 3 bodies. And the process of this, all Oracle and the Autobots from the future, Optimus is now like in his base body, I believe. No, he's still in he's gone into the power of the Prime's body.
Is that what that one is?
Yeah, so he's now power of the Primes without all the Star Convoy jazz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But they start disappearing, and Green Megatron says he's going to stay here at the end of this universe and do what he can, do the right thing. And he's like, "Good luck, buddy. I was an amazing mayor. Bring me back a tie."
Hell yeah.
But it turns out we all forgot that Unicron was a thing at the start of this comic. So they end up teleporting into the middle of a big fight with Unicron. Oracle transforms into a gun and gives his good Anglemore energy to Optimus. He takes a shot, blows the fucking face off of Unicron, and then make him go explode. And Oracle basically sort of starts to fade. He doesn't fade away, but he passes out. And we cut back to the modern day, the epilogue. The Selectors and the humans will now work together on Earth to live a wonderful and decent life together.
Apart from Spike, who's still dead, right?
Yeah, well, Spike is a robot now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, of course he is. Oh,
that is Spike.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Lio Convoy is, like, back in the future roaring at nothing.
He's a line, you know.
Yeah, the 7 planets have gone off into their own thing again. Oracle and the Primus Sword are now being held, but that doesn't mean the bad guys have stopped. No, because all this multi-dimensional nonsense is catching up, and the 2 Straxuses have decided they're going to take over from the Megatrons, basically. And they're like, we will rule, and you will think we're awesome and amazing and badass. And Convo Bat and the little Optimus, the Megatron alligator headmasters are there, and Rosanna's there, and the little drone fella's there, the optimal primal drone, and they're just like, maybe these guys aren't the guys to listen to, but they're being spied on by the mutant Soundwave, the gold mutant Soundwave, because the new Primal Vanguard, which is made up of several new members, is here to deal with the evil Straxuses, and they're made up of Magna Convoy, the red Convoy, the Sentinel Prime. Giaxus is taking the yellow spot, Drift is taking the white spot, Deadlock is taking the black spot, and a maskless Wicked Convoy is back in his purple spot. And in green, Kate billowing in the wind, because in one comic this figure was there as a member of the Primal Vanguard years ago, which is why this figure was repurposed as a Megatron. We have Mayor Megatron.
That's the reason.
That's the reason.
That's mad. And there's like 5 or 6 Astro trains flying overhead as well.
Yep. I'm presuming there's like their ships, because they're color colored.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Mayor Megatron goes on to basically save the universe.
Yay!
And that's...
What a weird comic.
Until whatever comes next.
Yeah, who the fuck knows how it's coming next? They kind of waved off Unicron quickly, didn't they?
Yeah, but also, this technically means, as far as we know, this is the end of the pre-Beast War. Well, like, probably this is the end full stop. No, this is the end of the pre-Beast Wars Generation 1 continuity in Japan.
Does that mean that Sakamoto's going to go on when the Kingdom line stuff comes out and he's going to do the Kingdom stuff as a Beast Wars comic?
It's very, very possible.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
This was nuts.
Yeah. I mean, clearly.
And there is so much continuity holding in this. It's in like every continuity hole. He's like John Barber. Every continuity hole he could find in G1 is like plugged in this somehow.
I would say that we do like Sakamoto a lot, but it doesn't mean that it's like. Granted, we're not really we're not reading this. We're having you use a translation to get us this information. So maybe it comes across better reading it, but it can be a bit of a temple rubber of you going, "What's happening? what's going on?" Because it's definitely. I don't know about you, but I definitely had that feeling a few times while you were talking.
It's just so much, and it's like it's dealing with stuff that was set up like years and years. Like there's stuff tying into the Legends comics, there's stuff tying into comics I've never even heard of.
Yeah, some stuff that's only Japanese. I really like the fact that when they showed the Vector Sigma stuff, it had the face of the ancient one, I guess from the Return of Optimus Prime. You know, when he goes into the Matrix. And they showed the different faces of Rodimus, which were in that episode as well. I was like, that's a really neat reference. They also had the on like the first or the second page where the Oracle who was in the monkey form was giving his power to Kranix and some Junkions. On the left hand side, that guy I remember was in a season 3 episode where they were trying to get two warring alien races to not fight each other anymore, and that was one of them. I was like, oh, that's a nice little reference to him as well.
Yeah.
Do you remember? I can't remember what they were called, but there was like another one, and they had weird accents, and they just randomly started kicking the shit out of each other. It's weird, but no, as ever, really. This is not an American story. It's very much a Japanese story.
Very, 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 very.
Very Japanese, but very fun as well.
Yeah. And, like, I just love this continuity so much. I really genuinely do. And I'm genuinely over the moon Mayor Megatron survived.
Are you looking forward to seeing what they do with Beast Wars?
Oh, God,
kind of haven't really touched it. I mean, you could argue that they have kind of touched it with Lio Convoy and stuff.
Or Legends, I suppose.
Yeah.
But, which was just my favorite iteration of this, I will say. But
hell yeah.
I really enjoyed this.
I think you could argue as well that the Legends era of this series was the more coherent stuff. I definitely feel that when they pulled out to do the more webcomic based ones, it became a little bit harder to follow in some ways.
Sometimes. I think the Combiner Wars one, the Unite Warriors one, worked.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
I think post Unite Warriors is when it went just completely insane.
Yes, I think it probably was the case that they were told that they couldn't do their own toys, and a lot of the toys that they were doing comics for were at that point either their country exclusives, which were some of the combiners, or they were just Generation Select ones. You know, so again, it was just on a whim of what was given to them. Like the Camo Megatron, what can you do with that?
Yep.
I don't know. We'll make him a Green Herald, I guess.
Yep.
That'll do.
I just like the fact that like the amount of people I saw over the week going like, shit, now I need to try and track down Hunter Ratchet.
Yeah, I was thinking that while I was reading this as well. I was like, oh, that'd be great.
It's not a bad toy, actually, in honesty.
Oh, no. I mean, that Ratchet Prime toy is good in itself, to be fair, anyway.
I mean, I still don't get the whole Dinobot 2 referencing, but...
no one, like you said, no one did, so what can you do? Yeah, damn.
But yeah, Generation Select has ended again until the next time it starts up again. So we'll see. I am sure they will probably do something with Kingdom because clearly this has been a success on some level.
Yeah,
and I'm sure Sakamoto can think of a Beast Wars things. Like I guarantee you, there'll be something trying to figure out what the hell was going on with Air Razor in Japan.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Actually, there'll be a thing of why they don't look like the animation models as well, and why they look more like real animals. Because I guarantee you well, I don't guarantee you, but I'd be surprised if that wasn't touched on a story thing. Because that's the thing that Sakamoto would be like, okay, so why don't these toys look exactly like the animation models? Here's a reason why, and he'll come up with a weird story to base it around, I would hope.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool if we could interview him?
I would love to. He seems lovely.
I wish either we spoke Japanese or he spoke English, or both.
Yep.
Never mind.
But, that's not the world we live in.
No, it could be. It could be, but it's not. Yep. Anything else to say on that comic, Mikey?
No, I'm good.
All right, I'll take us on to a little bit of more info that we've got on the Masterpiece Skids and Reboost. Reboost being the red Diaclone version. We have pre-order prices, not more than SGD. I don't know what SGD is. Is that? No, I'm not going to guess what SGD is. But SGD, $145.
Singapore dollars.
Oh, there you go, Singapore dollars. And if you want to make a deposit, it has to be 50 Singapore dollars. Pre-orders, this is for skids, by the way. Pre-orders for the skids are going to be closing around April the 18th. Estimated arrival will be in November of this year. Items will be a liquid nitrogen rifle, twin electron blaster, and 1/7 instructions. So it's going to be low on the accessory count for a change. But I guess that makes sense because what the fuck did skids have, you know? There will be a few extra little bits that me and Mikey talked about last time we talked about reboosts specifically. You'll have a Diaclone figure, doesn't say who or what, just one Diaclone figure, and a Diaclone bike as well. Yep. Prices are exactly the same, and the arrival date and the shipping date are the same again. So if you prefer your skids blue or red, that's up to you. It's out there, it's coming. Mikey, any thoughts? Is that good?
No, it's cool.
All right,
I'm more interested in Reboost than I am skids.
I think that's fair. That's fair. I think you said that last time as well, actually.
Does anyone care about skids? And please don't say, well, he was in IDW, because this isn't that skids.
I think I said last time, and I'll say it again, there's probably someone that does. I don't think, if we want to talk about percentages, I would guess that the percentage isn't high. But that is a guess. But I think it's a fairly strong base. I may as well take the next bit of news as well because it's a quickie as well. New Amazon Australia Transformer listings: Shattered Glass and Golden Disc figures. Now this came out before the Hasbro event came out, so we'll be talking about this and they'll kind of mesh over nicely. So we have new listings, as mentioned, Shattered Glass and Golden Disc sublines. A project in quotations Project Bat item and more. So let's run down the list and then I'll throw them out to Mikey and we can have a talk. So we have Transformers Generations War for Cybertron K Kingdom, I suppose. Voyager Starscream PR. I've no fucking idea. Public relations.
I'm presuming it's just a re-release of the Earthrise.
Oh no, repaint.
Yeah, unless they're doing like a Voyager Waspinator, we haven't heard anything.
Maybe, but that would be.
They did a Voyager Waspinator and repainted it in Starscream's color. I would actually be really cool with that.
I don't think it would look very nice visually.
Well, you never know, do you?
I'm pretty sure. I'm just like thinking about what a giant wasp would look like. Primarily is white with red and blue highlights. There's also the FO632. I'm going to leave off the rest of the numbers because it's stupid. No. Transformers Generation Project Park. Collaborative Jurassic Park Rexy. I think that's fairly easy to guess what that is, right?
It is blue. It's blue from Jurassic Park. It's a raptor. It's actually Dinobot. It's all a tissue of lies. No,
why does it say Rexy? Okay.
The
I thought you heard something.
No, the rumor is that the leader in Megatron is being redone into Rexy.
Yeah, if I remember as well, this was something.
And I'm sure they get the scars
done
wrong, like every other fucking toy.
You think they're going to put on the scars?
Well, she didn't have the scars in Camp Cretaceous, which drove me up the wall.
Did she have the scars in Jurassic Park though? The first one.
No, that was her when she was like 5.
I have a feeling
she got the scars at the end of Jurassic Park.
That's true. I think it'll be that one. So yeah, there'll be a crossover. Maybe. Do you think, Mikey, we're going to get a IDW crossover comic?
I would be curious to see how you'd pull that off.
Beast Wars, Mikey. They have Beast Wars toys now.
I'm assuming it would. I'm assuming not, because I think it'll probably be more like Expense.
I think there's only been like one collaborative Transformers crossover toy that we haven't had a comic for, and that was the Top Gun one, right? Everything else
hasn't had one.
There was an Expanse Transformer. What was the Expanse Transformer?
The X-Men one.
Oh God, yeah. That's a good point, actually.
Yeah. So I mean, like, which means like actually, like, there's been 2 that have gotten a comic and 2 who haven't.
Oh, well, there's no precedent then. Yeah.
No,
I suppose it depends what IDW owns. So yeah, probably not then, because I don't think there's a Jurassic Park comic.
IDW had the license back in the day. I don't know who has it now.
Maybe someone else. As we mentioned, Transformers Generation Project Bat, which is a collaborative crossover. Probably some kind of Batman crossover then.
Yeah, I'm assuming so.
Fairly safe to say. Redo of Air Razor, maybe?
Maybe.
Like retool it so it's more batty or something like that. I don't know. Transformers Generation Prime Optimus Prime Fig. New figure, no description.
Prime.
Prime Optimus Prime Fig.
Listen, if you want to make that Prime Optimus Prime, I am totally up for that.
I don't think it's going to be that.
No, I don't either, but I am totally up for that concept.
Is it going to be another G1 Optimus Prime?
Is it going to be Earthrise Prime again in a different box?
It might be another. It might not be the Earthrise Optimus Prime, but it might be an Earth version of Optimus Prime again, but with a new transformation to it. You laugh because you know it could be the case.
Yeah.
There is Transformers Generation Select Artfire, so that's obvious. I mean, that's an exclusive version of Inferno in white with maybe a Target Master if they want to do it correctly, maybe not. Transformers Generation Shattered Glass Blur, which we'll be talking about in a bit. Shattered Glass Gold Bug, the Bumblebee. I don't know what that would be from.
Black. That would be that would just be retooling the Bumblebee into black.
Black and no, it was black and yellow and blue actually. Yeah,
and gold.
All those, yeah, it had a lot of colors. There will be Shattered Glass Voyager Megatron. So yeah,
I don't want to buy it, Andy.
You don't have to.
I do.
I mean, you don't.
I do, and I need to get an add-on so it will have a bigger butt.
I was going to say it's not dummy thick though, so
I'm going to have to get a bigger butt add-on. I'm going to have to buy this thing.
Mikey, if you need a bigger butt add-on, I know the perfect third-party company for you. Nipples included.
You know what?
No, yeah. So yeah, we know for a fact what that's going to be. That's going to be it's either going to be Earthrise or it's going to be Siege Megatron. Yeah. Again, I made this joke to Mikey either this week or last week, and I said, are they going for the record? Are they trying to beat the previous record of the most repainted Transformer, which was probably the classics version of Starscream? And that was used over 10 years to make fucking loads.
I think that made like 17 toys.
Something. It feels like Megatron's trying to get up
they
there.
They made a ton of classic Starscreams, and then they redid the mold and made all of them again.
It's true, yeah.
Except with more added in, so it's probably more like 20 or more.
Sometimes more added in. I wouldn't say always added in.
No, like they basically made the 2.0 version of the mold.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And then they made all the same guys again, but then they made more characters on top of that.
That's right, yeah. I mean, it's going to be hard to top it, but Megatron is the closest in the running. Like that mold has been reused a lot, so we're getting another one. There's going to be the Shattered Glass Commander Jetfire. What was Shattered Glass Jetfire's colors?
Black and purple.
Oh, so basically the Shadow Blade Megatron from animated that we were talking about earlier. Yeah, that could look okay actually.
Yeah, and I like that toy. So.
Yeah. Transformers Generations Galvatron and Unicron pack. What the fuck does that mean?
I had a horrible thought.
What's that?
This is just like the 5 Siege Unicrons that never sold.
Oh god.
Packed in with some Generation Galvatrons.
Which were the Siege Unicrons?
Like the that's what he is. He's War for Cybertron Siege Unicron.
Oh, you mean the big thing? The Hasbro Pulse thing. Oh god.
The one that's the size of a house.
Yeah, so like combine that and a Galvatron Leader Voyager together.
Yeah. 1,500 euros.
What else is it going to be?
I don't know. Like, I don't... what if it was the Cybertron toy?
Oh, God.
Or, like, I think more realistically, it might be like a Cybertron or an Armada Unicron. But okay. I would actually, if they did the Cybertron toy, I would get that because that was one of the first Transformers I ever bought as a collector.
It's not terrible either. It's not a terrible toy. It
doesn't make it out. I mean, it makes no sense, but it's like, as long as it wasn't like the Prime one, because that just wasn't a good figure.
No.
I wish it was.
Yeah, same.
But it wasn't.
It turned into what did it even turn into? Is it
a volcano with a face.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. Oh boy, what a shame. What a shame. There will be War for Cybertron, Sideswipe, and Night Prowler. Who the fuck's Night Prowler apart from a Spider-Man villain, Mikey?
He is I think he's unmade. He's an unmade exclusive repaint of Cheetor. He's the one in the he's going to be a BotCon. Right. He was going to be a BotCon thing, but I don't think he was ever released.
Okay, so the image that Mikey's talking about is the image for the story, which is of the original Cheetor, but in like his cat mode parts are grey. It has red eye. It's not Black Panther. It's not that. It's not black. It's grey, but with black spots, red eyes.
Looks like a snow leopard.
Snow leopard, yeah, and it's got dirty gold for its shins and bright yellow for like his biceps and head. It's a very odd color scheme. So,
yeah, he was going to be released. He was on Hasbro's website as a listing for a Halloween HorrorCon value pack that was going to be a Walmart exclusive that never got released.
Oh, all right. Oh well, fair enough. Well, we've got a Cheeto mold, so I guess that's what's happening there. We have the Golden Deluxe Jackpot.
Cool.
I don't know why it's a Golden Deluxe Jackpot, but along with him is Golden Voyager Tigatron. Tigatron. I have no idea why they're calling it golden. It does say Warp Cybertron K for Kingdom, and then that.
A gold Tigatron?
But then why? We haven't seen a normal Tigatron. Why? I don't get it. I
mean, I have a Y in this as well, to be honest. But
okay, fair enough. You can tell me later.
We're going to get to that in a minute.
Okay, Studio Series 86. Oh, I see the one you mean. We have
actually there's two.
Studio 86 Wreck-Gar. Fair enough. Straightforward. Sure. What? No.
I said cool.
Oh, I thought you said no. I was like, oh wow, okay.
No.
Poor Wreck-Gar.
Fuck you, Wreck-Gar.
Studio Series 86 Sweep. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Why? And please don't say, oh, they'll recolor him or give him a new face or something like that.
I was gonna say they'll give him a new face.
We're gonna make him a slightly less blue. Even though that the sweeps were fucking identical and I never really liked them.
What if it is just like a different face?
What if it's a different box?
They're like, oh guys, it's a different box. It's like, oh,
like if
nice.
he'd been if he'd been a Kingdom figure, I guarantee you that's what it would be.
I mean, he was. We've always said these 86 ones were, and for some reason we put them to the Studio Series for some weird reason, and jacked up in price. Let's be honest again. Studio Series MV6 Thrust.
Yep.
In brackets, it was originally planned to be Tran Generation Studios 64 King Starscream. What? What is this?
So, TR Gen Studio Series 86. So apparently it was going to be a Voyager Starscream with King accessories, presumably the Earthrise figure.
Oh, okay.
MV6 Thrust would be a green figure because Thrust, that's Bumblebee. Right. And in Bumblebee, they give the name Trust to one of the Green Seekers.
Oh, okay.
In the opening.
So a movie Bumblebee figure.
So it would be the recent Voyager Starscream in new colors.
Oh, cool.
Which is kind of like, yeah, cool.
I remember
he'll look like Acid Storm, but his name will be Thrust.
Neither you nor I was super jazzed about that figure, from what I remember.
It is movie accurate.
It is.
But...
It is. there was issues with that. That's for sure. That's for sure. That's all for the rumors. Mikey, do you want to take us on to the next bit of news, my little dude?
We have the leak culture strikes again. That's my new favorite phrase. Kremzik Reviews over on Instagram shared pictures of the upcoming exclusive T-Rex, which is a red and blue repaint of Leader Megatron into the Beast Machine's character T-Rex. So we get to see him in his robot mode and in his alt mode, and I gotta say the alt mode looks really good in those colors.
It really does, actually, yeah. I mean, it always looked good. That color scheme on it was always great. But how accurate is it, Mikey?
I don't know, they're dead.
That's racist. Racist.
I think it's livest.
Livingist.
Zombieist. But
oh my god.
I think the dino mode looks excellent. I really think those colors look really good. Makes it look like an old Jurassic Park toy, actually. They were like
the rubbery ones where you could pull out a chunk of flesh. I know the one you mean. And
there was a red T-Rex in that.
That's right, yeah.
Which I wonder if that was the basis for T-Rex in the first place, actually. I
wouldn't be shocked.
Because that was around the Kenner days, and I think Kenner had the Jurassic Park license. Anyway, we get to see him in his robot mode, and I think he looks far less impressive because his entire middle section is grey. Now, that is accurate.
Yes.
but it is, shall we say, unremarkable to look at visually.
And it doesn't help that his waist is mostly grey, and then his thighs are again mostly grey.
Yeah,
Actually, the arms look fine because they've got the bicep with blue and the hand was blue, but
yeah,
they need a bit more colour on the legs, I think.
He's got a slightly different head mold, I believe.
Yes, there are now 3 head molds for this toy. There's the standard Megatron face, the one, I don't know how often we saw it, but the grimacing one with his teeth very much in the foreground, and now this one, which is how would you describe it, Mikey? Slightly open mouth? Yeah.
A lot of people seem mad about it.
Why?
I don't know. I just saw a lot of anger.
Oh, you can discern what the anger was around. Is it just
something about wrong face?
What do you mean wrong face? It's
T-Rex's
face. But
I know T-Rex is supposed to have the bat wings, but
I would agree it would be nice to have. Like, to be fair though, in all fairness, if you wanted the bat wing look, that sounds to me like an upgrade set.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're not gonna engineer the bat wings into the head because that's 2 extra pieces, and if you wanted, technically, it would need to be a 3rd piece because it would need to be a new head completely. So, yeah, no, that wasn't going to happen. 3rd party, I could see them doing something like that, though. I don't know why you'd be angry about maybe the face. That seems weird. Yeah. What face is Rexy going to have, though, in Megatron mode?
I'd give her a new head, to be honest, but give her Mega Empress's head.
Yes, I was actually thinking giving her like a lady head. That'd be great, actually. You could have 3 T-Rexes, one a lady, and 1 T-Rex and the other Megatron. Damn, that'd be alright, actually.
Yeah. Do you want to do the next one, or will I?
You can do the next one as well, and then I can do the Hasbro Pulse stuff.
Cool. So this got leaked today, actually. Studio Series Leader Class Slag, or presumably Slug. So this is the Studio Series 86 Slug with Staniel Spike?
Staniel,
Exosuit Man, which looks about as good as the wheelie.
Yes, if you wonder why we call him Staniel, it's because the helmet part is either completely opaque or it's just been molded in white for some reason. Yeah,
it's a bit weird. Also, he's in like a sort of really like giddy up pose.
Yeah, he's in the wheelie pose. I think it might be the wheelie legs, just slightly remolded.
But it doesn't work because it doesn't look good.
What do you mean? He was always riding around on Slag and Grimlock.
Yeah.
All the time.
Like Grimlock, this is not the cartoon model.
That's fine though.
Our Dino Boy. This is a hybridized version that's got a lot of toy with some cartoon over it.
This is what he looked like in the movie, though.
No, his face is much longer and his throat is much bigger and he's lower and his proportions are bad. I'm just going to say that. Like the squished toy body does not look good, in my opinion.
It's once again like when were these Dinobots made and what line were they actually made for?
It is curious that I feel like they were so made under a different aesthetic.
It's like they're a different line. They don't even feel Kingdom, because Kingdom is the G1 aesthetic, but with an entirely different transformation. These don't seem to be going for that. These seem to be like really rigidly sticking, like you've said before, to the toy.
The toy with Elder like it's got that. It basically looks like a lot of third-party Masterpiece figures, if I'm completely honest. I'd be wondering if there was a bit of a tie-in there, but that's just me. I don't think he looks great in Dino mode just because of that, because I don't like the proportions. Also, big disappointment. Really limited Dino leg articulation. Like, the front legs kind of move.
Forward,
they move forward. They've got a bit of a bend. They've got an elbow bend, and they do move out. The back legs have basically zero articulation. They rotate hollow. Backwards. Yeah, and they're very thin.
Yeah.
Very thin. So I think the Dino mode is old. For me, Dino mode is like a bit of a wash. I think Grimlock's Dino mode looks a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got
Grimlock yet?
No money. That's basically like I'd have Kingdom Megatron with me if I had money, dude.
That's true. That's true.
So Robot mode looks pretty posable, like really good ankle tilts. Very, very red.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Very, very red. I'm actually double checking like because I don't really remember because I know the toy is very red, but I'm trying to remember if the show model is very red.
I think it was pretty red.
Because I know the face was red, because that's where the red face comes from, that look.
Well, sometimes it was black, even in the show.
Okay, yeah. He had...
Well, once, maybe.
He's got a very red body.
Yeah.
So, like, the colors are accurate.
Okay. I'll ask you the important question then, Mikey.
Yeah.
What do you think about his size comparison? Are you happy with that? That's the most important thing, as usual.
Yes, scale. Scale is the importance.
It always is.
Bigger than Grimlock.
He does. I saw some people go, don't like it, it's not in scale. I was like, oh, that's not exactly the point I would go for, but...
His head is huge compared to Grimlock's.
it is odd to have Grimlock as the smaller of the two.
Yeah, little strange. Like, but then, like, if they were going for a broader scale, like, I'd have Sludge bigger than both of them. But
oh yeah, technically, but that's wouldn't be G1 accurate anyway.
No, neither are they. So
well,
I'm not expecting, if they're doing the other three, I'm not expecting them to be G1 accurate either.
I do like the fact that they do have like this size comparison with Prime, Grimlock, Rodimus, and Pipes, but they're on like one side, keeping socially distant away from Slag.
Also, the size comparison is done where I actually think that Slag is probably a little bit taller than he looks here because it's a angled photograph.
Yeah, agreed.
So I wonder if someone's pulling a little bit of a nasty one.
Maybe.
But
it's not official, so it's not their fault. I can't blame Hasbro.
Exactly. I can blame everyone else. But yeah, so I think he looks like a decent action figure. I'm just like, I don't like that I think that for people who like, I think as an action figure he looks fine. I'm not crazy about the look overall.
I just called you and you're like, oh fuck.
Like he's got like, this is something that was in the toy, I think, and he's got a like a bit of an odd chest proportions for me.
Yes, I would agree.
I think I think he looks fine. I think he looks fine. He looks like he's probably going to be as good as Grimlock. I don't have the emotional connection to most of the other Dinobots bar Grimlock, so
wow.
I don't think I'd be looking for him. I'm not really looking to pick him up. I'm sure people are ecstatic, and I'm sure if I go on Twitter right now, I will see people making a ton of Slag jokes and everything else.
Why would they do that?
I'm sure that when it's released and it's called Slug, everyone will be up in arms anyway.
So here's a question, Mikey. Do you think you'd be a bit more into this toy if it looked more like the animation model?
Yeah, I think so. I think the animation model looks better when it, like, as much as the animation models ever do. But, like, on model, I should say.
Well, then I have another follow-up question, Mikey.
I like the proportions of the animation model better than the toy.
How would you feel about Grimlock if the Slag, was in the animation model and Grimlock isn't?
I'd laugh.
It wouldn't be a happy laugh, though, would it?
Yep.
One of those annoyed laughs. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm not too fussed by this either. Like you said, the proportions on it are a bit on the wonky side. He's very, very, very broad-chested, but yeah. And like we said, these do not look like... These almost look like they're older figures in some ways.
Yeah.
Like they should have came out a few years ago. Not that they're bad, it's just that they don't match up with any aesthetic, like we mentioned. So, I don't know. They don't even fit in with Studio Series. It's bizarre. I don't get it. Can I take this on, Mikey?
Yeah, might as well.
All right, Mikey. Hasbro Pulse, the Fan Fest, the festival of the fans, where people are sacrificed for the new toys to come out every year.
Yeah, they killed so many people this year. It was a bit unreasonable.
It's true. We'll start off small and we'll get bigger as it goes on, because that's how sex works too. So let's start off with small one first. It's Soundwave. It's the I was going to say Commander
I'm still
Core.
processing that one, I'm afraid.
Which one?
Not what you just said.
Don't worry about it. Just go with the flow. The Core Soundwave, so it's basically the new Legends Scout scale.
Yeah.
Is that right? Did I say that right?
Small person scale.
Small, yes. Small Soundwave. He has I saw people who were really happy that he had an opening cassette deck and a laser beak that comes out. Doesn't show the laser beak transform, though. Also, I would throw out the fact that this doesn't impress me on the basis that, Mikey, do you remember World's Smallest Soundwave?
Yes, I do.
Do you remember what that came with?
A little transforming Ravage, if I remember.
Yes, it actually transformed as well. I'm not saying this Laserbeak has to transform, but I saw people who were very like, oh wow, it's got a cassette, and I was like, doesn't look like it transforms. It might, but it doesn't look like it does.
Also,
We've
it's not the
already had
hardest
it.
thing in the world to have a cassette.
No.
It's a small rectangular plastic.
Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, to try and get the Laserbeat to transform with it as well would have been a little bit tricky. Was World's Smallest Series that got around with it because they used Ravage, so and that was still that was something that could get lost. How do you think Commander Core, not Commander Core, just Core? Fuck's sake, Andy. How do you think Core class Soundwaves came out? Do you like it?
Looks okay.
I have an issue with it potentially.
I don't like the alt mode.
Oh well, it doesn't like you either. So
No, I don't like the. It looks like it has cat ears.
Yes, I saw, like, did you see the stream where they showed it and the guy untransformed the feet so they were flat and he said, it's like they're speakers. I thought to myself, it technically looks better because it didn't have these weird feet poking up at the top.
I just want to give it little eyes. I want to do some editing with this.
Turn it OKU. There you go. My issue with it is potentially around the stomachy groin area. Can you see where there's the big pin going through the chest that's holding the start button? The last time I remember seeing a setup like this was for Titan's Master Weird Wolf. Do you remember what happened with the Weird Wolf plastic?
It kind of died.
It kind of broke, yeah. Obviously, I don't know whether that was because of the way that they mixed the plastics, or because it was like a small, thin bit of plastic rubbing against a pin in between 2 or 3 other bits of plastic. But that I think that's something you might want to be aware of, just in case. I'm not saying it will break, but
be aware. Yeah,
be aware that this kind of design has had problems in the past.
Yep.
Doesn't mean it'll carry over to this one, but you never know. Never know. I'd say that even though I don't care about Core Soundwave, I think he looks better than Megatron did. And whatnot, and I think he's more impressive than the other core figure that they showed, which was Dracodon with a C. Dracodon. Dracodon is vertebrate, but green.
Yes, I think it's ugly.
My issue with it is it's just green. They say it's got gold on it. I'm like, it's barely got gold on it.
It's got a weird hint of it on the dino skull.
And on the toenails for the Velociraptor mode.
Yeah. Why is that notable?
I don't know.
That it doesn't look. It looks bad. Like, I think Vertebrate had a decent paint job. This does not look decent.
This, to me, Mikey, I would be 100% behind if this was in a box of cereal. Because that's the vibe I get from it. I don't mind the color. I really like the color because it's very, very fucking 90s. It's radioactive.
If you're getting it free in a box, that's one thing.
Yeah, exactly. I think I don't even mind it being mostly green in dinosaur mode. I think that's fine. I think the issue really stems over to how ugly the face looks in this color scheme. Because Vertebrate did not have a lot of colors, but there was some colors in there. There was more colors than in this, I feel. I could be wrong. I don't have Vertebrate. Actually, I do. There, I lied. I'm a fucking dirty liar. Here it is. It's got a dirty brown, slightly darker dirty brown. The head is pretty much the same color. I think if that's the case, then I think I would have changed the robot's head color. I really think painting up the head in a different look to the rest of the body would have really helped make it stand out and look a little bit nicer. But I do like the dinosaur mode personally. I like that radioactive green. I just think it doesn't frame the head very well. Did you have anything else? Because he didn't really like Vertebrate. Dragocon.
Whatever it is.
Dracocon,
don't think it looks good.
No, that's fair. Scorponok, we saw Scorponok revealed. He has a Cyber Beeb in his claw, in his pinchies. They amusingly said they tried to make it as show accurate as possible, and I was like, that's a fucking lie. Because it looks like a real scorpion, not a CGI scorpion. So let's not
have
beat
the
around the
cartoony
bush.
Face.
Yeah, let's not beat around the bush here.
Yeah.
You're lying if you said you tried to get it screen accurate, because that's not the aesthetic you're going for. Oddly enough, with the Beast Wars stuff, with the G1 stuff, you are, but never mind. One potential problem I have with Scorponok, and I noted this while I was watching the stream. They never show him from the side. Not that they should. Not that they should, because it's the least interesting viewpoint you can do. Yeah, but I think there's a reason for it.
Originally I thought it was a case where this guy's got a ton of back kibble that those legs is covering up. looking at it now, I think what might actually just be going on is that the back is fairly clean, but they had nowhere to put the legs, so you basically just fold the legs around the back and pretend they're not there.
Yes. I think he's going to be a big chonker. He is going to be a tubby boy.
But I think that's going to be an artificial... It adds an artificial sense of chunk. Like, the chunk's not actually there, and if you decided to pull the legs off, you'd have a normal-sized robot, but...
Maybe?
It creates an artificial sense of chunk. I'm just looking at, like, the render.
Yeah.
And, like, his back looks way smoother.
Are you suggesting that if you remove the legs because they're on ball joints, the scorpion legs, that you could get the back to fold flatter down? Is that what? No,
I don't think that. I think the back's folded as flat as it's going to get, but I think that there's a bit of a gap between where the tail is and the back. But I don't think the back is actually like chunky. I think the legs are making it look chunky.
I don't know. That's the problem without seeing the side view. Because otherwise, I think like he's got quite short legs as well. Not that I think that's a massive problem. I think it's a minor issue. But
I think overall, I love the Scorpion mode.
Yeah, the Scorpion mode's great, but I worry that the robot mode's going to suffer and look like the next fat Transformer since Leadfoot, and before that was like Fatimus Prime. But I like you said, the Scorpion mode's really cool. The fact that it can actually throw Stinger forward, that's very nice. That's a really great feature.
Yep.
Still looks good. Still kind of I'm interested in it. He has his little missiles in his other claw as well. I'm just it's the how the legs are being stored away. Like we said, is it going to make him look chunky and fat or not? I don't know. Anything else on him, Mikey? What do you think?
No, that's about it for me in Scorps.
Okay. I thought you'd have a bit more. I thought you liked him generally, though, right?
Yeah, I like him overall. I think he looks decent. The legs are kind of the only proportion issue he has, and I think that that beast mode is just really cool. I really, really like that. I'll just say, Scorponok, not a character I get excited about, but
no, he's important. But no, I know what you mean.
I mean, is he?
Well, he's part of the crew.
And was he important by being part of the crew?
He was there.
He drugged Optimus Primal that one time.
Yeah. I mean, he's like you on this podcast.
Yeah, like, you're Tarantulas and I'm Scorponok.
That's right.
Which also makes me if we do get a Tarantulas, people are going like, will he be a retool of Black Arachne? I'm just like, that's not a retool, that's magic.
No, no, just replace the head, Mikey.
Yeah. Really?
Yes.
How will we explain the breasts?
They don't, Mikey. Let's not focus on boobs, shall we? That's very sexist.
Tarantulas doesn't have breasts.
Doesn't mean...
Or hasn't. Maybe it'll be Lady Tarantulas, which I'm totally okay with, but...
Yeah, because you know what that's a reference to, Mikey?
Lady Loki?
No, the reference is... You might not remember, but do you remember, like, when the Black Arachnia figure came out for Legends came out?
Yeah, with the animated one.
Yes. Do you remember the comic that came out with it?
Yes.
Did you see the redesign of the comic page into a Lady Tarantulas?
No, I didn't.
Really? Oh, it was actually pretty cool. I'll see if I can find it at some point and send it to you. But yeah, it looked quite good, so I wouldn't be against it. I mean, I'd like a normal Tarantulas toy, obviously, but that'd be quite fun. Moving on, we have the Diotragi. Okay, it's not got its actual name in the link here. We got the next
finger.
I'll give you a wing finger. Wing finger, which is the next Paleosaurus bone pterodactyl thingamabob. I don't like the bone mode because it doesn't make sense how it could fly.
I think that I always love seeing it when people like this happened a few times in toys and stuff or model kits, and I'm just like, it's hilarious.
Well, where it doesn't have wings.
Yeah, it's just the bones.
Oh no. But I do actually think that the bone robot mode in quotations, I think that looks really good. It looks like the best of them, I would say.
I don't really like either of them, to be honest. I feel a strange sense of ownership of Wingfinger at the moment.
Oh, yes, because he did things.
I made it out of complete boredom. I made an edit to TFWiki, which exploded and has led to many arguments and debates online. And I've just been like, huh. So I have a strange sense of ownership. I mean,
there was no like ulterior motive for you changing the wiki. You were just doing your thing of like, well, this is the wrong head because this isn't quite right.
I was just like, well, it's interesting. I think they did it because like a lot of the dinos are based off of Jurassic World, and that's what they looked like in Jurassic World. But I don't know. It kind of reminds me of Dino Getter 2.
How so?
Same proportions, same colors. Like, have you ever seen Dino Getter 2?
Maybe.
Jobby did a review of it.
Oh, that one. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Like the little, like weird dino one.
That's
like the
right.
T-Rex, but like the head especially, I think. Which I don't know. Like, I'm not crazy. I'm just not crazy about it. I'm honest. I might pick one up again out of a sense of ownership, but I'm not crazy about it.
I mean, fair enough. Fair play. See, I think it's, like I said, I think it's a more interesting design. I think it works with its thin aesthetic, as they've kind of gone for a lithe ninja, in quotations, kind of look. They can have it with a bow. They can have it with 2 long swords. I still don't think it looks amazing. It's not one of those figures that I still want to go out of my way to find or anything like that.
It's got a combiner head that we didn't know about.
Yeah. That's odd. That feels like it's a direct response to people doing those crazy builds out of stuff. So that's kind of neat in itself. I'll give him that. But yeah, it's another one of these things. I saw like in the stream, some people really fucking loved it. They were like, give us more of these. I was like, really? I mean, fair enough, but really?
I mean, they see, like, especially if creative or something, it seemed fun. It's just like, I've never been crazy about how they turned out.
Yeah, I mean, visually, they were just never for me.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just feel a weird sense of ownership of this particular one.
So what else was there? The next one up we have is... Come on, scroll down. Oh, tracks. That's right. How close is this to the masterpiece, Mikey? I don't know.
Well, it's thicker than the masterpiece, which had quite feminine proportions because I think they were really wanting to do road rage, and like Trax was just along for the ride.
Is that your hope? Is that something that you know?
I thought I suspect, but
okay.
I have a complaint right off the bat. Please, for the love of God, stop saying in your promotional material how excited you are about the flying car mode. Oh my God, it's such a cool piece of engineering for a flying car mode. It's a fake mode. It's we were half transforming it, and you could leave it like this mode they did in the 1980s that they've just done every single time, that every single toy has had that same. We didn't really think like, it's just in the engineering for the arms. Well, okay. And we all just need to own it. We all just need to own it. This is the mode. Like, this is like when you used to open the doors on your model cars and pretend they could fly. It's the same fucking thing.
There's a little bit more to it than that, but
no, it's not. No, there's genuinely not. Like,
it's got extra wings.
No, it doesn't. Those wings are always there. Those wings were in the robot mode anyway. Like, no. This is just something that was always there anyway, that you're going like, it's a mode. That's fine. That's fine. But stop trying to market your toy to me because it looks shit.
Man, this really gets to you, doesn't it, Mikey?
I'm not wrong.
It's alright, Mikey. No one's against you here.
Yes, they are. They're all against me.
They're all against me, damn it. So yeah, we've got that. I can't say I'm too thrilled because it's like, it's Trax. I go, okay, yeah, fair enough.
I mean, it looks competent.
It looks like Trax. It looks better than the last Trax we got. You could say it looks more accurate, so there is that benefit. Because that Trax was the Generations one, and he was a little fatty, bless him. So
he was a Wheeljack, wasn't he?
Yeah, he became Wheeljack, and I think they retooled him for Botcon or something as well. So this does look like it's not a lateral step; it's a step upwards at least. Unlike some of the Optimus Prime figures and Bumblebee figures we have, which is just a horizontal step rather than a vertical uptake. So I'll give him that.
Speaking of horizontal steps,
yeah, maybe I don't know. Voyager Rhinox. We have a new Rhinox figure. Not a huge amount of images for this Rhinox. They were very, very happy on the stream that he had not like soft rubbery nose horns, but slightly pliable horns, so children don't kill themselves.
I was going to say, like, I don't... Okay, cool. I'm not sure that's necessarily something to be excited about.
It was certainly something they pointed out with Vigor, and I was like, okay.
Vigor.
I don't know. It's just a thing, guys.
Did they say Transformer Convert, by the way? Oh my god.
Oh, I'm sick of that shit.
Twitter has been fucking hilarious in the last couple of days.
Why is this
why won't you say it? Say the word! Say the word!
I'm a little bit annoyed that they won't say Transform as well, but again, we'll get on to that. So what do you think of Rhinox, Mikey? You didn't sound too thrilled by our little Rhino boy.
Apart from some sculpting differences, like the Rhino that got a different design somewhat, and the robot like got a different head and chest general thing, I struggle to really see this as anything more than a sideways movement from the Thrilling 30 Rhinox.
Wow,
like
hateful.
The Rhino is a brick still.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The Rhino is an absolute brick. All the transformation seems very similar. Like, I hear that the Gatling guns aren't really Gatling guns.
What you
mean? But,
they're totally not, yeah.
They're
you
fans.
Can see that...
They're fans. He's holding a fan.
Oh, that's really disappointing. I didn't notice that until he mentioned it. Holy crap, that's...
I've heard that the Thrilling 30 Rhinox is really floppy, so maybe this is better constructed, but I was really surprised that they didn't add extra engineering at least into the beast mode, if not the whole robot. I'm really surprised.
Did you see the live stream?
No,
because there's a brief shot where the guy isn't showing the back of it, but there's nothing covering up like the green stuff. So there's a lot of technical detail, which is just exposed. Like you can see like the hinges and the joints, and it look kind of ugly. It didn't look very nice from the back at all.
Like the Thrilling 30 one.
Was it that? I can't remember the Thrilling thing.
It wasn't super clean, but okay. I'm just weirded. It's very strange to me that this is basically it's not a reshelling, but it looks like a reshelling. Maybe the transformation's like way more complicated, or the engineering is way different.
It's just you just mean visually at the very least.
Yeah,
it
and I'm
look like
really
it's doing
disappointed.
Different.
Really disappointed. The Rhino mode doesn't have any articulation.
It's got a mouth. Mouth opens.
So did the last one.
Yeah, but this one has a mouth that opens.
Yeah, but so did the last one.
Yeah, but this one's mouth, it, swings up, right?
It goes up to 11.
And it swings down. You know what's weird as well? In the Rhino mode, you get some green coming on the shoulders as well because of how the shoulders are designed.
Yeah.
I see what you mean, that this is a strange look for Rhinox. Again, visually, it's one of those things of, is this a real improvement? Maybe from a transformation side, but it's hard to tell until we see better images and actually someone touch it and play with it and manhandle it. But I hadn't noticed about the Gatling guns at all until you mentioned it. That is like really crappy that he doesn't have the proper Gatling guns. But I think this is the first time we've seen a Beast Wars one which have actively just been like, I really don't like it.
Yeah, it's kind of like, wow, this is the first.
Yeah, like Scorponok for me was kind of and Cheeto was a bit better than that. But this is the first one where I'm like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, maybe stick to the Thrilling 30s. Maybe don't. Wait and see.
Maybe this is constructed better. Again,
that's the
like
thing.
I said.
Yeah. Time will tell, I guess, in the end. We got more images of Galvatron. I don't think we need to cover Galvatron unless you have anything new to say there.
No, I'm good.
All right, and before the Hasbro Pulse Con, this was revealed on like the Thursday, so I assume it was shown during the special fan one, which didn't really matter because they showed it the next day anyway. So
no, nothing was showed in that. This came out completely independently.
Oh, that's weird. They should have saved it. Why didn't they just save it? They
didn't have
to save it for like 2 days.
They had very little news or new reveals or anything on that. They had a half-hour interview with one of the Black Eyed Peas and a very long concert with the Cybertronic Zero or whatever, the guys who do the cosplay metal band.
You may as well interview us, for fuck's sake.
with the most terrible MC.
Oh no.
Who gave it was like watching that one time at the Game Awards where that guy was literally dying on stage while he was reading off his lines.
That could be any of the game show awards.
The really famous one from a few years ago where everyone was just like, what the fuck was this?
Is it the game director guy with the long hair?
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck Hollywood and all that stuff. And you're like, wow, bro, okay. It's not really the place, but fair enough. They showed off the Titan Class Arc 1 figure. If you were surprised by this, I would say you didn't listen to our show where we talked about the artwork that we saw all of the way back at the beginning, and there was the arc, and we were like, oh, that's a thing. I wonder if they'll actually make it. Well, here it is. They made it.
Here it is.
It is very, very yellow.
Cybertron.
What do you mean Cybertron? Oh.
Cybertron line.
Yeah.
Galaxy Force. This looks like it's from a different toy line.
Kind of. I think I get why, because they're trying to make a fairly simple transformation into a spaceship. Well, I won't diss it just yet, but it also comes with a Teletran 1, which is I was really thankful someone did this to point it out, a heavily reshelled version of Silverbolt mold.
See, we're not sure it is.
It looks very similar, though.
It looks... Okay, so, like, the transformation is definitely very different, shall we say.
Yes,
but,
certainly, yeah.
But this might be deluxe.
Oh, okay. I mean, that would make more sense.
It might be... I think it might be kind of... Because, let's be honest, Silverbolt didn't transform. You fold it out a bit, and Silverbolt sort of cuddled up underneath it.
Mikey.
And he didn't.
Okay.
And I think basically what's happening here is you have a robot that's cuddling up underneath it, and then all these bits and stuff fold out to form a panel.
Yeah.
I don't think this is Silverbolt. I think it's just like, when you're not doing anything, there's only so many ways you can look.
I don't know. I could see this as a scaled down Silverbolt. I could see that.
I can't comment. I can just say I think, like, I found it hilarious how, like, some people were like, I have found a conspiracy theory. Silverbolt strikes again.
Well, hang on, what was the theory? Because I saw a load of people freaking out about it, and I was just like, it's not it's a yellow version of mainframe. Why are people that excited?
I don't know. I also enjoyed the complete 50-50 divide of the number of people I saw go like, listen, no one's excited about this for anything but the Teletran mode. No one's excited for this except for mainframe. And I found that hilarious.
And then there was me who just wasn't impressed by either.
Really. I don't think it looks great. I think that backpack looks bad.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why it's a big backpack, because
I wish it had an extra hinge in it.
Yeah, it'd be nice if it could fold up a bit more, but, I think that's the issue of trying to have it turn into Teletran 1. I think the idea is not innately terrible, but it's not something I would leap towards. Like, we need to do a transforming Teletran figure. But I guess it's the idea that, hey, every Titan class figure has also had a deluxe class minifigure to go along with it. Every single one of them, so we needed to do something.
Did I make a Supreme?
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
I don't think he did he?
Maybe not, actually, yeah. Now that I say, did Metroplex? No, Metroplex must have.
No.
Didn't he?
Yes. No.
Oh, no, he had a Scout-size figure. That's right. Yeah, Slammer, the car one, whatever he was called. Black car, yeah. But since Fort Max, there's Fort Max, Scorpion Arc, and
a lot of them have come with one.
Yeah, so I guess that was the idea behind this. There's also, like, effects parts that will melt your toy, as Mikey pointed out last time. It's going into the back of the rockets. It also have sound effects or something.
And golden disc.
Yeah, it has two golden discs in the back of Teletran 1. It also has the little scanner as well, which is quite neat. What do you think of the ship and the robot mode, Mikey? Because I will say, for the ship mode, the bridge for the ship mode, like the bit that's sticking up out the top, that's hollow. I don't think that should be hollow. That's weird. Also, the fact that the side of the jet
ship
mode
is a big hole.
Yeah, because of the leg joint.
Also, it has siege paint.
It does. I don't mind it as much.
No,
I just would have preferred it to be to continued around the rest of the ship. Because it's literally only on the shoulder part.
Oh, and it also comes with a teeny tiny Optimus.
Yeah, they were really happy about showing that off as well. They were like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "It's just
it's a little red." It's a little red man.
Yeah, when it's a small Optimus Prime, why should I care?
Him go in the hole.
Yeah, it's also got a ramp that descends with pistons. We're not going to talk about it, but they were really hyping up. Not really hyping up, but they hyped up more than I thought they should. The pistons on the trailer mode for Hot Rod, Rodimus.
Pistons.
Fake
pistons.
Fake pistons because they
fake
move.
Plastic pistons.
Yep. They were like, it's got pistons. I was like, well, it doesn't.
Your mom has pistons.
Doesn't really mean it should be as expensive as it is. But everybody knows we have issues with that. So I don't want to stick on that. So back to Arc 1. Mikey, what do you think? Arc 1.
I like it. I don't like it as a G1 toy.
Okay.
I like it as a Galaxy Force toy. Like this gives me the same sort of vibe as Primus. Mm-hmm. It's really chunky. It's got a simple enough transformation. It's got it's the last Autobot based face sculpt, which I don't mind. So I'm not like in love with it, but like as an like this is something that's not traditionally G1. That's a bit different. I always appreciate that.
Sure.
And I get I get a lot of amusement out of the fact that his legs have forward-facing rockets. So I just imagine him like accidentally knocking himself off his feet constantly and landing flat in his face.
Might be one of those things he goes into squat pose and just blasts off, and it just like burns everything around him.
Yep, it goes backwards.
It's the reverse Godzilla tail. That's the thing.
But I wouldn't say I'm in love with him. But I do, like, I think, again, if I'm looking at him as more like a Galaxy Force style figure, he works for me. If I start, like, trying to work in more modern engineering ideas or, like, G1 accuracy in the arc or something like that, then he kind of falls apart. But I'm more interested in having a quirky robot mode than I am in having accuracy, you know?
Do you think it's weird he has, like, Season 3 hands, as in that all the fingers are curved rather than, like, blocks?
Yeah, it's weird. His hands are weird.
Yeah, they stick out.
Presumably so he can hold the disc, but
I guess.
Still weird.
Yeah.
Why that, like, that must be a very big golden disc.
Don't worry about it.
The future is written on this record, this human-sized record.
Don't worry about it. They scaled it up.
It doesn't have magic powers. It's a CD we sent into space because we wanted aliens to know the shit we did.
Yep. But then, to be fair, it was after Megatron then got it and then inscribed some shit on it, didn't he?
Yeah, but Megatron also turned a record player into a video reference.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
With his tail.
Yep. So strange. I will say I don't like this personally. I don't like the overall design. I'm not a big fan of the head. He's way too yellow. I understand. He's based on the arc, so he has to be. But I would have liked a bit more color to break it up. There were quite a few digibashes of this dude into Tidal Wave.
Yeah, those look good.
And animated Omega Supreme as well. I thought they looked a lot better. The Omega Supreme worked fantastically well, actually. Because it had better color placement, because it had more colors to it, and it had it would have had a better head design as well. I'm just not behind this head design. Like I say, he is very, very yellow. Very, very yellow. And that just makes me think of Bumblebee at this point, and I'm not happy about that. So I can't say that I'm like super thrilled by this at all. Like you said, at the very least, I'll give them credit for doing something different. Does it mean we'll get the Nemesis in the next one? I doubt it.
Oh, don't know.
I doubt it, because this is where it's meant to be coming to an
Titan.
end.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Titan took a break.
Well, yeah, because I suppose as well we said that Commando was meant to be taking the foreground, didn't we, or something like that? So.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be shocked if this was like the last Titan for a while.
Probably. I can't say that's a terrible thing, because they were very expensive figures for good or bad reasons, depending on your perspective. But this is not the one I would personally finish on. So I'm not too thrilled by that. Commander Rodimus, we've talked about him. Don't need to do it again. We had the Generation Select. Do you want to say that name, Mikey?
Tricranius,
which is basically the drone effects upgrade pack that we got last year from Generation Select. This time it's the Triceratops bone figure in quotations magma colors, I suppose.
Yeah, with a remolded frill with new horns, which looks a little odd because they're way too far back. Because it's a different species of dinosaur.
Oh, Mikey, you fucking nerd.
But it makes his head look too long, is what I'm saying. Like,
he
in
does
general.
have a very... Yeah, it's like...
So those horns should be over his eyebrows.
Right.
Which would make it, that would look better.
It's like he's got the kid version of the headpiece on.
Yeah, also, it looks like they come off and you can put in effect parts.
Yes, which is kind of interesting. It does come with a set of pinky coloured effect parts and bluey kind of effect parts as well. But they look more like gummy kind of colours. So if you imagine like a strawberry red that you then put in your mouth and chew, it's that. And the blue, I don't know what the blue you call, but it's blue. What do you think of this set, Mikey? Because I will say that colour-wise, this is okay. It's better than the drag colour thing, but the problem is I don't like the figure at all.
Yeah, I'm not excited by it, but I think it looks better.
You got more ways to have your plastic dissolve as well, I suppose, technically.
Yeah.
If that's an actual thing, which you said it was, so I'll believe you.
I just read what people tell me.
I'll believe your lies. I'll believe them for the moment. And then the last figure, which is what we talked about earlier.
The second. Oh no, we got to talk about. We haven't reached the best figure.
I don't want to talk about that.
We're talking about it.
I don't want to.
It got so much publicity this week, Andy.
I know. I don't want to. Fine. The best figure that was revealed then, arguably, was Shatterglass Blur. So it's the 86 Blur movie toy with a new gun, new paint job, and a new head based on the Shatterglass version.
I believe he comes with like an accessory from the Rodimus.
Is that
which is a welding torch?
Oh, that's what that is, because it looks like a floppy penis on his hand.
Evil. He's evil, Andy, remember?
Okay, it's an evil floppy penis. I'm sorry, Mikey. Is that better? Now, I will say that I was very sneery at the idea of a Shattered Glass stuff. But that's because I just thought, they'll just do a basic repaint. They did a head mold, and they actually did the lightning paint job on him as well. And he looks way more interesting than the fucking Blur toy.
Yeah, no, he looks way better. And he's getting a comic, which IDW is doing an original Shattered Glass story now. Yes,
I will always revert to the basic idea that I think the idea of Shattered Glass universes are pretty lazy.
Very lazy.
Like, I accept them in Star Trek because they do one episode per series. Sometimes more. DS9 had like 3. But it was one per season.
Frequently lazy as well.
They were frequently lazy, but they were somewhat fun, and they didn't linger. My issue here is I feel that Transformers is just going to linger on it. Why? Because you can do repaints.
Yeah, it's an easy repaint.
It's an easy repaint to make money on stuff. So it is nice to see them put a little bit of effort into it, but I'm not gonna go fist deep. Also, because I missed out on Acne, so what's the point? The only if you want to get me hooked, you gotta get in contact with Trigger, and you go, hey, let's work together so we can sell our toys, even though we're not connected to you at all. Come on,
hey,
guys.
Trigger, buddy.
Yeah,
buddy.
Exactly.
Pal.
What do you think of Shattered Glass Blur then?
I think he looks good. I think he actually looks really good. I wouldn't say Blur is my favorite Shattered Glass color scheme, but he was one of the early ones where, to be blunt, they were a bit more creative.
Okay.
Like, I say that though, but Shattered Glass Megatron comes from there, and I still think that's one of the laziest approaches, which is like, what if he was slightly paler, but with a black hat?
Yeah.
No, I think he looks pretty solid all in all, and I like the new head sculpt a lot. There's lots of detail that I like. The eye patch, I like the scars, good facial expression.
Yeah,
I have no idea who this character is. I know he was in the comic, but if you tell me a Pete Sinclair written comic has like depth and meaning, I will laugh in your face.
Right,
because
Mikey,
he's a terrible writer.
So Shattered Glass Blur, Mikey.
Yeah.
Imagine Blur.
Yeah.
But evil.
Blurville,
exactly. That's my guess, because that's what from what I remember from Shattered Glass. That's what everybody was. It's, what if this character, but we invert them? There you go.
I'm trying to think like who are the other like common, like Rodimus is the one that comes to mind. Hot Rod.
Oh yeah, they just slap a beard on him. We've seen that before. Yeah.
I'm just trying to think who, like Grimlock, but that would be like a leader figure.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we know that Bumblebee's getting done.
Yeah.
I think they're just doing the easy repaints at the moment. I don't think they're worrying about making new molds or anything.
Yeah,
fancy
God,
like that.
No, God, no, God. Why would you?
Or even doing anything desperate heavy lifting, because paint scheme-wise, I will agree that's heavy lifting. But in terms of like retooling the toy, they just gave him a new head. And we've seen them, that's not that impressive, because back in Generations, they did that for a lot of figures that were repaints. So my concern is, what are these going to be priced at? Because I don't know. Are they going to be
$29.99 is how much he is.
So that's the studio
for the toy price, right? And the comp. That is the that's the studio. Well, okay. It was. I don't know if Studio Series is on that price, but that's for the toy and the comic.
Okay, can I just have the toy?
No,
I don't want the comic. I just want the toy.
It's got Casey Collar art.
I know. I'm sure it's lovely, but it's already like 30. Did you say dollars?
Dollars, which will mean it'll just kind of change the symbol in front of it for you.
Yeah, so £30 for a deluxe figure, bit rough.
But
right.
Andy, it's just a size. It's a size class. It's not a size.
£30.
Like maybe.
£30 is nearly the price of a video game. You know,
cheap video game, but sure.
Well, depends if it's on sale or not. You know, I got The Witcher for. To be fair, I got The Witcher for 3 for £8.
Depends if it's on sale. You could say that about the toy.
I don't remember the last time I saw Transformers on sale.
I've seen them on sale online. I haven't seen. When was the last time you saw?
I like that. I saw them on sale online.
When was the last time you saw a Transformer on sale anywhere that wasn't the toy shop? Full stop.
I can't remember the last time I saw a Transformer on sale.
Don't say Walmart or Asda.
No, because all the Asdas and Walmarts only stock in the Cyberverse stuff.
Yeah, so like, the one place you could probably get them that are, at least here, are not open at the moment. So,
well, the last time I went, like the basic idea was the last time I went into a toy store, I haven't seen a Transformer on sale for a very, very long time in the stores. Very long time.
Smiths have done sales, but it's like sales on Smiths prices, which is
yeah. So it's like off by £2, and they go, "Well, it's a sale." And you go, "Okay,"
and then they try to charge you the extra anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So Mikey,
the best toy ever conceived. It's had so many promotional videos with the worst editing to make you think it doesn't face the other way when it comes. I love those videos, which are so badly edited because it's just halfway through they cut to another angle.
First off, they decided to pay because obviously they paid Jason Mewes and what's his name?
Silent
Bob, yeah, whatever his name is, Kevin Smith. I will give Kevin Smith credit for one thing. He didn't cry in this video. He managed to get through a video promoting something without crying. Legitimately, I can't remember the last time I saw that from Kevin Smith. Seriously, you've been on weed for so many years, I guess you cry at anything when you come off the stuff. I don't know. Pretty bad, though. So what is this? This was... what's it actually called, Mikey? What's the official name?
Oh, God, what is it? I was just looking at the thing.
Is it Robosen Optimus Prime?
Oh, I'm scrolling. Where's the thing?
I don't know what thing you're talking about.
I'm looking for the name. I can't find... It's not on the list.
Well,
I don't know what its official name is. I just know that it's hilarious.
Yeah, I think it's the Robosen Optimus Prime.
Robosen Optimus Prime. Yeah,
is that right? Yeah. Okay, so this is a fully. This is like your Furby Transformer, right? These are. Excuse me. This is a Optimus Prime who has voice commands, who reacts to your voice.
Yep.
And can do things.
And has the biggest feet known to men.
He has large feet, yes. It's one of the, you probably, I wasn't impressed by this purely because I've seen on Facebook, for the past 2 or 3 or 5 years maybe, people have made transforming toy robots with remote controls that do stuff like this.
Yeah.
This is just an official product that you can buy.
Yep.
So it will transform from from vehicle to robot itself, replaying the same transformation
5,000
for a while.
parts.
Yes, it's made of 5,000 parts, which is important, I suppose. It's got a lot of chips in it to make it be able to do stuff. It has lots of... where are the details on this thing? Do you have the details on this, Mikey?
No, but I know, it's got... I watched... just for reference, I watched one of the videos today. So it's got motion controls. It's got an app that you can program in new actions and stuff like that. The way the motion controls work is that if you say roll out, it'll transform and roll out. It'll take action poses. It can do the Iron Man pose. It can do lots of different things. It comes with an axe and a gun that you have to give it, but it will do axe and gun poses. Like, it will take swings at you. And... for the first time in years, it has also got original, newly recorded voice clips from Peter Cullen.
Does he sound any happier than he did before?
No, he sounds like a man who's done with this franchise, to be completely honest.
Agreed.
But so you've got an app, and the app has a little CGI version of him, and you can program in different actions and different voice commands, and have missions and remote control things, and his feet glow because they're the headlights. And it's $700.
It is $700.
No, because you're just paying for the license.
Yeah, because it's a toy that you can't play with your hands.
I've seen things like this before that are $200-$300.
That's the thing. Yeah,
do as much as this.
I don't know. I've seen things that do the same amount of stuff, but to me, this pops into my head of the Christmas gift. Like the Christ, what was it called? The Abe Sapien robot that danced. Do you remember that from years ago? And then there was a T-Rex version of it. That came out beforehand.
I think I've got the old Rex version somewhere in my attic.
Yeah, whatever they're called. It feels like the same style of toy. The toy where you pull it out, even if you're a collector, even if you're an adult, because you're not buying this for a fucking kid. Jesus Christ, £700. Buy him a PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation 5.
A crappy car.
It needs to. Are you saying buy them 2 wheels, Mikey? Because I don't think
you can get a crappy car for $700.
Do you really want your child to explode in a car that's not very well made? I mean, you might actually think
they'll learn. They'll learn, Andy.
They'll learn from exploding.
We all did.
That's true. Back in day, that's how we all got through school. But yeah, it's one of those toys that you play with for a bit, or even a kid would play with for a bit. Because I was guilty of this as well with like Furbies and stuff. You play with it for a bit and then you never touch it again.
Yeah.
And if you do that with a £30 figure, fair enough. It's £30. You do that with a £700 thing.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's insanity.
Fair enough.
I don't know, Mikey.
I mean, I saw people get excited by it.
I saw a lot of people get excited by it as well. I wasn't exactly sure why, though.
I think in the same way, because like I said, I've seen toys like this for a long time. This is just like high end, and it's got Peter. But like, I'm thinking, well, what's bumping up the price? Maybe some of the electronics. Definitely the voice acting.
I think the fact that it transforms itself and has motors to make it drive and stuff probably are bumping up the price quite a lot.
But the license, I think, is a huge part of it.
I wouldn't be shocked. I think. Are you suggesting then maybe if Hasbro made it themselves, it would have been a lot cheaper?
Yes, I wouldn't have done as much.
No, yeah, that's true. That's true.
But I also like. It just doesn't look. I would. Like, I'll be honest, I think Unicron is kind of a regret purchase.
I think we've been seeing that. I think you and I have talked about it before. Yeah. We talked about it last week,
because people are impressed by the size, and then they don't like handling it.
Yeah.
And when you don't like...
Or it's just the regret buy when they've spent that money and then got the figure and then go, oh, that's like $1,000. So
yeah, I could have paid off a loan.
Yeah.
This is more... This is more of a regret buy, because it doesn't, like, you'll have it for 4 hours and you will probably die inside. I can't see any scenario where an adult human being, an adult woman, an adult man has bought this and 2 days later feels that this was a wise purchase.
There will be some.
There will be some.
Again, I think, like we said before, I don't think the percentage will be high.
No, this is something that I think it's basically like it's for the statue crowd, right?
I could see that. I could see
that.
But
it doesn't look as good as a statue.
That's the thing. Yeah, it doesn't really fulfill that need. I think it will get the people who are into weird techie things. I think.
And there's no posability, because do you want to try moving those joints?
That's the thing. You're not going to be able to do that.
You're going to break them.
Like from a product standpoint, I think it's an interesting item.
Yeah, no, it's an
what
interesting
it can do.
Idea.
Yeah, it's just not something that I would say we need to bring to the market. Personally, I wouldn't say this is something that would be really cool if somebody made and put it on Facebook or something and said, "This is what I made," and you go, "Wow, that's really neat." And if someone said, "Would you ever buy it?" I'd be like, "Oh, well, yeah." And then they'd be, "Oh, how much would you pay for it?" And I'd be like, "Oh, I don't know, about £100." And they go, well, 700. And I go, "Ooh, no thanks." You're all right.
Yeah, oof.
Oof indeed, baby. I don't know. Teach their own. But I think the hype around it will not sustain it for when it comes out. I think a lot of the people who think it's cool now might not want to buy it however long it is until the baby officially comes out, you know?
Yeah, I also think it's very likely a case like you may buy it and not, like, a lot of regrets.
I would like, if anybody's listening to the show, I just mean in general, if anyone's listening to the show, and you are planning on buying it, let us know. Tell us why you'd like it.
Yes,
and then obviously show us a picture of when you get it, because otherwise I won't believe you.
No, I want.
I think you'd be trolling otherwise.
I want proof that you spent money on it.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
and that you're happy.
I can't prove I'm happy.
You can say you're happy.
I love it. Prove you're happy. Oh, I'm smiling.
Smiling is actually a sign of many things, not always happy.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You want to know? Oh my god! I just opened YouTube. Scheduled for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Sakura Miko plays Marvel Spider-Man.
Oh, it's a good game.
That won't end well.
What will she do wrong?
Scream.
To the public.
She will scream.
How will she hurt them? Mikey, I think that's is all done with the news then, unless you've got anything else, right?
No, that's it for news.
Do you have any questions or whatever?
Well, no. Like, we've done 2 hours now, I think.
Yeah, I've got a few quick ones we can do from Tentomon, because I don't think we're going to have enough time really to cover what we did in the week, so we may as well cover these bits. Well, this will have to wait until it's out on disc. I don't know what that's for, Tentomon, I'm afraid, so I apologize. We have a message from Alan Wilkinson, which says, wait, if Kong equal truck, Godzilla equal question mark. What does Godzilla if Kong equals
No, Godzilla's truck, Kong is monkey.
No. Kong equals truck. Godzilla equals what?
Gun.
Godzilla equals gun.
Well, like, I'm sorry, but the only, like, either you go truck, not monkey, in
Mm-hmm.
which case Godzilla's truck and Kong is monkey.
Mm-hmm.
Or you go monkey and dinosaur.
Okay.
Which is Megatron and Optimus, so monkey dinosaur. And if you're doing truck, if Kong is truck,
mm-hmm.
which then Godzilla must be gun.
Okay, no, I can see where you're coming from there, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
So there you go, it's gun.
Logic. It's called logic.
Is it called logic? Is that what that came out of your mouth?
It's fucking logic.
Back to Tentomon, another message came through. Oh, the Deus Ex thing is just an old meme from the trailer of Human Revolution. I'll take your word for it. That's it. Mm-hmm. Also, I checked my go-to furry site, and
good
zero.
For you.
Yep. Count 'em, 0 pics of Beast Wars Nyx so far. Oh, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I would say it's a thing.
Know.
I would definitely say it's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. Because if no one is drawing / collecting lewd art, that's actually a good point. If no one's drawing lewd art of the character, there can't be a very well-loved character.
The character has failed.
Actually, you've actually read more of the comic than I have, because we haven't done it from the files. Has Nyx done anything?
Not of note yet.
So no, she hasn't done anything. Fair enough. Because she didn't do anything in the first issue either. So
yeah,
that's fine. So she's just there.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the comic any good from what you've read?
We'll talk about it. I'm not spoiling it. We'll talk about it when we get to a thing.
Oh fuck. Okay. Fair enough.
Bitch.
Unlike that spider anime, holy shit, people like that dragon. Oh, hang on.
Unlike that spider anime, I noticed there's a dragon anime.
The new comic might not be done too well, right? That's for the Beast War. The Beast
What's
War
the dragon anime?
I don't know, but holy shit's people like that dragon. Enjoy Tifa.
There's a spider. That I get.
I mean, there is an Earth dragon in the show as well.
But is it a girl?
Yes.
Maybe then.
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't kept up on my.
Wait, isn't
my
that the little
artwork.
teeny dragon?
Yeah, the one with the big floppy ears. Yeah, the Earth dragon thing.
Cool.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's a thing.
I'm confused now because I haven't seen enough of the show, but
oh, it's not bad. So...
Also, I watched so much anime in the last 2 days.
Oh, we can't talk about it this week, Mikey.
It's a good season. It's a surprisingly good season.
I've got to catch up on stuff. I've been watching Green Lantern recently. The show, not the movie.
Oh, I was going to say, like, don't watch the movie, Andy.
No, that twice was enough.
I've only seen it once.
Sinestro
Meg. Oh, Sinestro.
I didn't have a choice to watch it the second time. I was made to watch it.
Every time Sinestro shows up, I'm just like, why the fuck? This movie doesn't make any sense. Why is he just evil now in the last 5 minutes? Not even the last minutes.
I finished the first half of the season, or the series, because they only got one season. A good show. Still a good show.
Yeah, that's never got a sequel.
No, why would it? If you were going to ask me how would I rate the show, I'd go, okay, Justice League Unlimited, Justice League, Batman, Green Lantern, Superman.
Yeah. No,
And that's only because the Justice League shows and the Batman shows were so fucking good. Green Lantern's really fucking good, and it had more substance than Superman.
Is
Bless
it
it,
okay
the Superman
if
show
I
was
miss him?
Oh yeah, that's a good episode.
Is it okay, Andy? Is it
Yeah.
okay if she misses him?
Razor just flew off, hoping he'd find Aya. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Who fucking cares, right? Who cares? I cared.
Blue Lantern Razor.
Yeah. Oh god, he had a good arc, didn't he?
I like that. Who cared? I cared.
Yeah, I cared. That was a good show. Fuck's sake. We didn't get Sinestro in that show either. Didn't get the Sinestro Corps War. And we kept getting hints of Brightest Day and Blackest Night events, and we never got that shit either.
Yep.
Fuck's sake. How about you stop making your shitty animated movies, DC, and get back and give Bruce Timm his money so he can make the CG show again? Fuck's sake. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to the podcast. Where can people find you, Mikey, if you want them to?
You can find me on Twitter with Irish Paleo, and if you want to send us a message, there's Twitter, YouTube, Libsyn, Patreon, and everywhere else. I had a couple of comments that would do for comments, but like I said, we've done 2 hours, and it's like...
And you've got work to do. And
Yeah,
I've got to finish up work myself.
Yep.
So if you want to find me, you can find me on Twitter, CCTFW, YouTube is Script Commander TFW. You can find this podcast on the Moonbase 2 forums. We're on Twitter, iTunes, Facebook, Libsyn, and YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. You can find us on patreon.com/Moonbase2. If you do $2 each month, you get the extended version from the Files of Teletron 2 and the Moonbase Woo Woo as well. And you can get us on ccbunker.weebly.com as well. I'm also on Twitch as well, on CCTFW, where I stream video games and whatnot. Video games, Mikey. So thank you for joining me, by the by, Mikey. Thank you for coming on by.
Lovely to be here.
Yeah. And until next week, everybody, thank you very much for coming on by, and we will see you suckers next time, and there'll probably be no news. Yay!